Hey everybody, it's BigBlackHatMan here again. I actually have put out another work. It's been a while, and we got together, got inspired with my friends, and today's title is called On a Budget, a tribute to the B-Western. Now, I don't really have the equipment or the time to film an entire B-Western. That would be pretty awesome, but I'm not at this point do I have that sort of thing. So what we've done, a lot of these things took place on radio, in serial form. And so we've sort of done a parody of that, of the radio serial, which we have a lot of fun doing. And so this is pure sort of humorous parody of those really hackneyed trite plots from the early B-Westerns and serials. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Listen up.
Welcome, boys and girls, to this week's installment of the Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring Show, starring Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring with his reliable steed, Dodger the Dependable. This week's episode is entitled Cattle Herd Treachery, so sit down with those lassos and hats and enjoy this fantastic adventure. We open in a small room off of a bank where a vile man twirls his mustache and looks over some papers with evil in his heart.
Yes, this is the perfect plan. I have finally found a loophole that will allow me to take the delightful family's ranch. Those nitwits will never see it coming. Come in!
Hello? Are you Mr. Bottom Feeder? I'm here about the job.
Pronounced Bodenfetter. We were Prussian aristocracy. Now, do you have any experience as a henchman?
I thought this was an assistant position. I figured the henchman thing was just a typo.
No! You will serve me unquestioningly. But for that, you get good dental coverage with the percentage of profits from evil schemes perpetrated. I was a little awkward, as much of evil must be performed under the cover of darkness. But I guarantee a cost of living raise every year.
Well, the job market is tough. So I guess I can try it out. When do I start?
Who says I'm giving you the job? Well, I suppose. No one else has applied in a month, so I will give it to you for now. You start now! I have just been preparing my next evil scheme. I have desired the deed to the delightful ranch for a long time now.
Why?
Because I'm evil. It's all I need. Getting back to my original point before I was rudely interrupted, the delightfuls took out a loan against the ranch to buy their cattle herd. We simply have to rustle the cattle and buy the ranch with a default on the loan.
I have never heard anyone getting so excited about banking. Oh well.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch...
Oh, dearie dear, Father, have you seen this? Cattle are up 5 cents. We will make a great profit and keep the ranch. That's right. We will be in the money with that great man, Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring, handling the herd. We know they will be making a great weight.
And here comes that paragon of grandeur now.
Who said that?
Hello, old-timer Frank and Dolly, you dainty beauty. I want to let you know the herd is in great shape. We'll be ready for the market in a few weeks. And Dodger is getting on with the cattle just fine.
Hey!
That's right, Dodger. We're having a fine time on the open range.
We know you're doing a good job, Dan. You're so strong and handsome and brave. And well, you know, Father, isn't he great?
Well, shucks, Dolly. I appreciate your faith, but I refuse to rest on my laurels. I have to head back and watch over the herd.
Later that night, under the cover of darkness...
The easiest way to handle this will be to stampede the cattle. Let us divine a way to get them running.
They're cattle. Can't we just make a loud noise? I have a gun, I could fire that.
You really think it's that easy? Amateur! No, I have these coyote costumes here. We'll dress up in them and go right at the cattle, scare them and run them right off the cliff.
It's dark, how will they see us?
Cattle can see in the dark. I read it somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Just put on the stinking costume.
Okay, but I still think firing the gun is a good idea.
All right, we're ready. Now, howl and charge at them. Howl! Howl! Howl!
I don't think it works, sir. It may be too dark.
Confound it, foiled again.
Who's there?
No one
no one. Who's talking?
Run! He's figured us out!
I still have the gun.
You have no chance! It's dark, you fool!
That was weird. What do you think, Dodger?
Nay!
Exactly. We'll head into town tomorrow.
The next morning in town, our hero rides up to the shabby office of a shabby man with ill intent.
Who is it?
It's me, Snivelly Bottom Feeder, Dashing Dandy Damper Dan Daring.
My name is Snively Bodomfetter. You've known me for like 4 years. How do you keep getting that wrong?
Even by any other name.
Yes, William Shakespeare's rolling over in his grave. What do you want, Dashing Dingus? Honestly, did your mother name you that?
She had high hopes for me. I'm here because I suspect you were trying to stampede the Delightful's cattle last night. I heard 2 men. I could hear that one of them had the black mustache.
Oh, that is stupid. You couldn't hear my mustache.
Of course I couldn't, but now I know for sure it was you.
Tim, bring me my calendar. I don't remember being out amongst cattle last night.
Here you are, Mr. Bodum Fetter. We were at the Union of Dastardly Sorts meeting last night, according to this.
Right. I'm sure there's many there that will testify to that. Oh, by the way, Tim, this is Dashing Digger. Oh, jeez. His name is Dan, but he has lots of stuff attached to his name. Dan, this is my new henchman, Tim.
Pleased to meet you, Tim. My name is Dashing Dandy Damper Dan Daring. I hope you fare better than Snively's last henchman.
What?
Don't worry about that. Well, Dan, if you don't have any serious charges, leave here immediately.
Very well, Bottom Feeder, but I'm watching you.
It is Bodomfetter! We need to come up with a new plan right away. Your man likes to frequent the bar.
More laughing? Okay.
Later that day, at the local watering hole, old-timer Frank heads in for what he thinks is a refreshing drink and a relaxing time, but evil lurks in the shadows.
There he is, Tim. Grab him. Then we will send an anonymous letter to Dolly, force her to turn over the herd, and get the ranch.
I was wondering if we could revisit the gun idea. I mean, that herd seems stupidly close to that cliff.
Quiet, Tim. There he is. Grab him. Ow!
I got him, but I think he bit me.
Biting? You crude little man. Where were you raised? That is no excuse.
How can you understand that? It just sounded like babble to me.
Well, I've lived here for a long time, and you sort of get used to it. There's a rhythm you get used to. The speech makes little sense, but he only says about 5 different things, so you get the hang of it. Anyway, let's hurry back to the office and write the letter.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, that's really hackneyed. You expect me to read this tripe? If I'm going to keep doing this, I need something to drink. Waiter!
Here you are, sir.
Thanks, I'll get back to it. The innocent maiden, Dolly Delightful, receives an anonymous note with an awful agenda.
Oh, dearie dear, father has been kidnapped. What will I ever do as a dainty and mild female not capable of doing anything to stop this evil scheme by anonymous fellows?
Dolly, my dear, what vexes you? What is that note?
Oh, Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring, my father has been kidnapped, and the only way to get him back is to turn over the herd.
Don't worry, Dolly. I won't let that happen. Dodger the Dependable and I will save him right away, as we have a pretty good idea where he is.
Nay!
No, we better start right away. I know how much we like cold sarsaparilla and a nap, but it's too important to let it go.
Nay!
It isn't my fault you spent last night carousing with those fillies. We have work to do.
Oh, thank you, Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring. You know, when you get back, I will make you my special apple pie, and we can talk more about our wedding.
Yeah, wedding, Well, don't worry, Dolly. The 2 of us take care of it, and then we can talk about that thing.
Nay!
I don't get it. I'm like the only female in town. What's stopping him? I bet it's that deplorable horse with all his bad habits.
At the shabby little office, the shabby little man sits and waits.
Hey! It's what I can afford on my budget. It isn't shabby. It's homey.
I'm just reading the lines.
Everyone in this town is so rude. They deserve me. What a filthy mouth! Do you kiss your daughter with that mouth? I'm embarrassed for both of us.
Hey, here comes Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring. Honestly, That is a lot of alliteration.
Sniffly bottom feeder, give up old-timer Frank right away.
Bodum Feta! I don't get your name right because you don't seem to know mine, jerk. Oh, you mean thing! That hurt! Get him, Tim!
Can I use the gun?
No! No one actually fires a shot in these things despite everyone carrying a gun!
Okay.
Ah!
Wow, he does punch hard. I give up. Don't hit me again. I surrender. Boss! Where did Mr. Bottom Feeder go?
I'm not sure, but old-timer Frank is okay, and that's what is important. Well, I wouldn't have put it that way with all the graphic imagery, but you're right. Snively will be caught.
Not so fast! I have Dodger here at gunpoint. I want that herd and you'll give it to me, or the horse will get it.
No! Dodger, stay brave.
Nay! Ouch! Did you just bite me? Ouch! No fair kicking! Stop that! Ouch! You're a stupid horse! You kicked my gun! Ow! I give up! Just get this stinking horse off of me! Not the face! Not the face! Please!
Later that day at the local jail, some more stuff happens, but I'm sure you barely care by this point.
Oh, dashing dandy dapper Dan Daring, and your lovely horse Dodger the Dependable. You have saved our ranch, and that stinker Sniffly Bottom Feeder is in jail.
Bodum Fiddle! Forget it. I'll be back soon enough.
I don't think so, Snively. We are hanging you in the morning.
What?
The lynch mob wanted to do it now, but I had them put it off till tomorrow so you can get a last meal and rights.
But I'm an atheist.
That is a good point. What should we do with Tim? Tim, you seem like a good man, but I must ask why you hooked up with this dastardly fellow.
Well, dashing dandy dapper Dan Daring, I needed the work to support my wife and 9 kids.
I see. Can you play a guitar and ride a slightly smaller horse than Dodger?
Of course.
Great! I've been looking for a new sidekick since that last dynamite accident. Can you start right away?
Dynamite? What the heck? I can't be any stupider than dressing like a coyote and chasing cattle in the dark.
Now about that wedding.
Mr. Announcer, play us out.
That's it for this week's exciting adventure of Dashing Dandy Dapper Dan Daring, faithful buckaroos. Tune in next week for more excitement, thrills, and
Nay!
and Dodger the Dependable. Happy trails, and watch out for those rough patches.
Charles Portis, you are a genius. Why are you still watching this? Go do something else. Are you waiting for the blooper? We don't have one this time. We've gotten professional. We don't make those mistakes anymore. At least not in a PG form.